right, for number 20 in GACE 023 practice test, you're given some interesting, well, a lot of interesting equations here. It explains to you what odd is, okay? Odd means essentially that if, let's say you've got x and f of x, if you had -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's say that when you put in a -3, if you get a 7, and then you put +3 in and you get a -7, and if you get a -2, let's say that, and I'm just making up function values here, if you get a 5 for -2, you get a -5 for +2. Odd means opposite things happen, okay? What that looks like graphically is our old cubic equation, the parent function cubic. Oftentimes it looks like a fan blade, sort of. A swastika would be something like that. It could also be something like this. Let's say that I had something that looked like a question mark here. Anything that rotates 180 degrees and does that in the other quadrant, it could be in the first and third or in the second and fourth, but it's directly opposite the origin. That is an odd function, okay? An even function is a function that no matter what, if I graph it like this, it's always, that's bad, but it's always a reflection around the y-axis, okay? So what you're looking for here is a function that, and that was me trying to do different ways, but anyway, I'm looking at these functions. I've got n's and x's, which really bothers me. I want you to notice that the x is the important thing when it comes to even or odd, and it's asking, is it even or odd? So this is what I'm going to do. It tells you n is a positive integer. I'm just going to pick a positive integer, okay, like 3. And I'm going to rewrite every one of these equations with n equals 3. So g of x would be 1 minus x, oh, Lord, 1 minus x to the power of 2 times 3, which is 6. Okay? Then h of x, I'm going to rewrite that as x squared minus 1 to the power of, that would be 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, which is 7. And then I'm going to write j of x as x times 4 minus x squared to the power of 2 times, again, n is 3, so that's to the 6th power. Now the reason I do that is just so that I'm taking away the confusion of the variable that I don't care about, all right? And what I'm going to do is go to my calculator, okay? And I'm going to go to the graphs, because what I'm going to look for is either a reflection across the origin from first to third quadrant or second to fourth. And so all I'm going to do is just add these equations in. So I've got, here we go, I'm going to add an equation, and I'm just going to type this in. Open parenthesis, here we go, open parenthesis, try again, 1 minus x to the power of 6, and I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to do a new equation, and I'm going to do open parenthesis x squared minus 1, close the parenthesis, to the power of 7, and I'm going to change the color so I can tell what it is. So the second one's green. Okay, and then I'm going to do the third one. One thing I've noticed, it's real hard to, you got to get the clicking cursor in there when you're typing. So 4 minus x squared to the power of 6. Okay, and I'm going to change that color to blue. Okay, unknown function. Let's see, 4 minus x squared. Let me try x times that. All right, it like that. I don't know why, but I typed it just a minute ago without the times and it worked. But what I'm going to look for is something that is odd, which means the same thing's happening in first and third or second and fourth. If you look, the red one is scooted over to the side. It's neither symmetric about the y-axis, nor would a 180-degree rotation around the origin make it, well, you would see it. There would be a red thing down here, so it wouldn't make it fit back into itself. So the red one, the first function, which is that one, can't be. Okay, Then I look at the green function, which was the second function that I used. The green function is symmetric about the y-axis. That makes it even. Okay, that's an even function, so that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for odd. Then if you look at the blue, if I rotated it 180 degrees, that blue skinny parabola looking thing would end up in the third quadrant, which means that is the odd function. And so x to that one, x to that one, that one's the answer. So your answer on this question is C.